Rodrigo sits to chat with Bennett on Most Requested Live, Worldwide with Romeo.
How are you? Good to see you again.
You too. I'm good. Yeah, it's nice to see you too. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Thanks for hopping back on Most Requested Live. Freaking congratulations on Vampire. This song's massive. We love it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been an exciting week.
Yeah, to say the least. What do you think Vampire was the song to really kick off the Guts era? You know, what about this song, this tone really kind of like sets the table?
Yeah, I mean, I always loved the song. It was always one of my favorite songs on the record. We wrote it last winter, and I remember writing it and feeling like it was really special. I kind of had that feeling in my gut. Yeah, I think it's just a perfect introduction to the album. I think it's not entirely super different from Sour, but I think it still represents kind of a gradual transition into something new and different. So yeah, I'm glad you like it.
Oh, absolutely. We love playing it. And I love talking about how an album is made. Like, I love hearing the process. So let's talk about Guts. Like, for instance, how many songs do you think you wrote for this album? Is there a number on that?
Man, I mean, I'm definitely like a strength in numbers songwriter. I feel like I write so much and then just a fraction of them are any good. I probably wrote like myself probably like 100 or 150 songs for it, just because I love writing, and most of them are just terrible, but I feel like we recorded probably like 20 and then narrowed them down to 12.
That's amazing. So are you writing like on your phone, like you have an idea at the airport, let's say, and like you're just writing things in your notes?
Yeah, I mean, ideas strike at the strangest times. I definitely will utilize my notes app a bunch. My little voice notes get used and abused. I have so many, like my phone can hardly keep up. But yeah, stuff like that. And I've been kind of trying to practice just getting up every morning and sitting at the piano and trying to write, even if I don't particularly feel very inspired. I find that that's usually the way that lots of the best songs can come.
Yeah, I love the stripped down version of Vampire too on the piano. I'm kind of curious, like, when you're in this writing and recording process, who are the people, I guess, in your inner circle, like friends or family, that you're like, okay, I have the song, I love the idea, what do you think? Like, who's gonna give you like the honest feedback?
Right. I mean, my producer Dan is incredible at that. Whenever I write a song just on my own, I always play it for him and get his take, and I really trust his opinion. But I have friends in the music industry and friends that aren't in the music industry. And sometimes I really love playing songs for friends who aren't in the music industry, just to get their like completely honest, take on it. And me and my friends love driving around in the car. That's like our favorite thing to do. Whenever like we're all in town, we'll like hop in the car and go get a hamburger from InNOut, and I'll like play them some songs and get their feedback. That's like my favorite thing in the world, and how lots of my opinions get formed, I guess.
That's amazing. So you're in and out, double animal style, unreleased Olivia songs. This is amazing.
Yeah, gotta have the double.
Yeah, where do I get the invite? That sounds awesome. So as you're writing and recording, I'm sure you are reflecting madness that has been the last few years of your life, since driver's license, and of course, just Sour in general. I guess, what did you learn about yourself, or maybe the industry in general? Like, anything surprising or maybe different than maybe you thought it would be?
Yeah, I mean, completely. I learned so much. I think, driver's license was a very quick introduction into the music industry, kind of like a baptism by fire. It was just like everything was just all at once, was just so huge, and it felt kind of overwhelming at the time. But I feel like looking back, it definitely taught me how to remain grounded in the face of all of that, and kind of just keep my head down and focus on the work. And so I guess that's what I've tried to do this time around. And I'm very lucky for how everything worked out. I am very fortunate. Yeah.
Is there added pressure coming off of Sour? Like, the album is just so massive, breaking records, awards. Is there added pressure? Like, how do you measure success? Like, does it need to hit all of these markers, or do your fans just have to like gravitate towards the music like they did with Sour? Is that all that really matters?
Right. I mean, yeah, it was so much pressure. I remember beginning to make this next album, Guts, and like sitting down at my piano and just being so overwhelmed, like just playing anything and thinking, oh, how are people gonna like this? And like, what are people on TikTok gonna say about this? And like, like getting in that mindset, which is just the worst thing you can possibly do. Yeah, I think my goal the entire time was just to try to make a record that I would love to hear on the radio. But it's actually way easier said than done. I think that in itself is the hardest thing, just to make a record that you would love. It's very difficult. So I think I did that. And as long as I, made songs that resonate with me and that I feel really proud of, I think that's all anyone could ask for. And everything else is just kind of cherry on the top.
Now, how do you, like you said, you recorded 20 of the 100 and 150 songs, whatever you wrote, you narrowed it down to 12. How is that process like? These are your children, so to speak, they all mean something to you. How does it all work? Does it get frustrating, or what's the process?
Yeah. I think it really helps my having my producer. I'll like write stuff on the guitar, the piano, and I'll always play it for him. And he kind of helps narrow it down. Because, when something's so close to you, sometimes it's hard to see something objectively. Like I could write the worst song ever about something that just means a lot to me and, be blinded by my own, association with it. So it's always good to have someone that you trust that you can bounce ideas off of. I feel like that always helps me.
Nice. That's awesome. And I'm just so curious. We love asking songwriters this question. So this is perfect for you. The song you wish you wrote. So say like you're in this process, you're getting ideas, you're writing, and you're like, oh, I just heard a song on the radio and I wish I thought of that first. That's so good. Is there a song like that recently that kind of hit you?
I ask literally everyone that I know that's a songwriter this question. So this is perfect. I think about it often. My two answers are, I really wish that I wrote You Ought to Know by Alanis Morissette. I think that's one of the best songs ever written. And more on like a pop space, I really wish that I wrote Hey Mickey. I love that song so much. I think it's so brilliant and clever. So yeah, those are my two answers.
Yeah. You're like, damn, I wish I thought of that first.
Yeah. Whenever I listen to it, I'm like, God,
it's a time machine.
Good. Yeah, for real. I want to like get into their brain.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of young songwriters that are like, man, I wish I thought of Driver's License or Vampires. So it works both ways.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's universal. Well, congratulations on Vampire. We're going to continue to play the hell out of this as we get ready for Guts in September. And we just can't thank you enough for hopping on and catching up a little bit.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. It's so great to see you and great to talk to you.
Absolutely. We'll talk soon, Olivia.
Bye.